Now we can talk about this one. I had never seen this movie before, and I was shocked that it was just on YouTube for free. Maybe it won't be on for much longer. I don't think it's legally on there, but watch it while you can, I guess. Because damn, it's if you haven't seen this, you definitely should. It's very good. I had never seen it before, like I said. But it's Martin Scorsese directed. Robert De Niro stars in it. The king of comedy. So basic premise, and I do not want to ruin the ending for this one, and I will try my best not to, cause it's cool, man. I like this. I love Scorsese. I think more and more I'm discovering how much I love Scorsese's work. He might be becoming my favorite director. Goodfellas, great. This movie, great. This movie that I watched a little while ago, After Hours, one of his first movies. People don't talk about it. Also great. But no, this movie's really good. It's about Robert De Niro is a comedian. He's trying to break into show business, but he's not being very successful. His plan is to basically try to give his act, he's trying to get recognized by Jerry Langford, which in this universe, in this movie, is a sort of David Letterman, Johnny Carson type character. I feel like he's modeled after David Letterman, maybe. He like, the actor they chose he kind of has that sort of look and delivery about him, the way he says jokes. But, yeah, Jerry Langford is this big time talk show host, and Robert De Niro's trying to get noticed by him. Now, the opening scene is maybe what I have the biggest problem with the whole movie. This is sort of a nitpick, and maybe I'm just confused. But there's so many people crowded around Jerry Langford when he comes out, and that makes sense. But the security level doesn't make sense to me, because not only is Robert De Niro able to like get in real close, I mean, he's sort of at the beginning, it's like he's protecting him from all these other people. And there was this woman that we find out just a little bit later. I don't think that's spoiling anything. We find out later this woman that was obsessed with Jerry Langford is in his cab. We find out that she is in cahoots with Robert De Niro later on. But yeah, this movie's really awesome. But this part was a little weird, because I was like, what's going on here? Oh, like, why was it so easy for them to get in there, this high-powered celebrity? So that part maybe didn't make a whole lot of sense. And also, they do say the thing where Jerry Langford's like, because at this point, Robert De Niro has actually made it into his cab because he helped usher all the other people who were getting too close to Jerry away. So he got it, but he managed to sneak into the cab somehow, and I was like, I don't know. I don't know if that would have actually worked, but, you know, who knows, really, I guess. But it did seem a little fishy to me. But he starts pitching his act, Bailey. He doesn't do his act. We don't get to see his act until much, much later. I don't think that's spoiling anything either, but I wasn't sure they were going to show it or not. It felt like every time they almost showed his act, they didn't, but you get to see his act at the very end. And there's one joke he does for Jerry. He's trying to get rid of him, so he tells him to call my office, don't bug me. I don't, because obviously he's just like, put me on the show. I've been trying so hard, I'm ready, that kind of thing. Bugging Jerry Langford, and Jerry Langford, yeah, get out of here. But one of the only joke that I can remember, anyway, that Robert De Niro lays down is, he says, can I show you a picture of my pride and joy? And, usually that means a picture of your kids, right? But it's a picture of the detergents, Pride and Joy, on a little card. And, actually that's kind of funny. But but he was like, okay, yeah, I just want to get out of here. Yeah, I really don't want to ruin too much of this. I'm getting thirsty though, so I'm gonna drink water real quick. Hope everyone's doing well, by the way. Happy Monday. But yeah, King of Comedy. If you haven't seen this, wow, very good film. I quite liked it. Woo. All right, but yeah, let's look this up on. I feel like this has probably great ratings. It's sort of considered a classic, I think. But the King of Comedy. Let's look it up on IMDb, shall we? Let's see what it says. Maybe it'll give us other facts too. Some fun facts, perhaps. Oh yeah, this is huge. 7.8. That's pretty good. Maybe even lower than it deserves. I really do like it. Some people would say this is his masterpiece. I don't know if it's my favorite one, but it is quite good. For sure. For sure, quite good. And Rupert Pupkin. I thought it was kind of funny. I thought they said pumpkin at first. I think like a lot of people think he says pumpkin. That's sort of like a running gag in it. Like pumpkin, no, pupkin, P-U-P, pupkin. But yeah. Oh yeah, Jerry Lewis played Jerry Langford. Duh, I should have known that probably. But yeah. I don't think this is. I'm thinking about how much should I give away. I'm just not gonna give away the very end because I think that's the most important part. But it does get to a certain point, and I figured this would sort of happen that, like, he's not accepting Robert De Niro. He's not accepting his tape or anything. They're not gonna give him a spot on the show. So Robert De Niro's obviously not happy with that. So he decides to, because remember I said he was in cahoots with that woman in the limo who was trying to get close to Jerry. But they decide to try to kidnap him basically, and hold him for ransom so that Robert De Niro can get on the Jerry Langford show and do his act. And that's honestly the basic. I don't feel like I'm giving away anything. I'm not gonna tell you what happens after that, but that's the basic premise really. And yeah, I don't know. That's like I had my one note. I said the security level seemed like sort of unrealistic at the beginning for that limo scene. But other than that, honestly, this movie's pretty good, very good even. And I don't know if I really can't think of much else to say, so I might even just end it now. I'm gonna end the review now. That's a quick one, but it's just good. It's just quite good, Let's just end it there, and then we'll get into the rap music and all that fun stuff. But for now, let's rate this film, this very good film. I'm gonna put on another beat. This is from Patrick Swankin, the sponsorship instrumental. Here we go. Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's rate The King of Comedy. I like this. It's like very good. So let's give it a decent rating. Let's go. Yeah, I think this is fair. Sort of a weird rating, but it's a good rating and I think it's fair. Here we go. 8.7. It's real. This was really quite a piece of work. Very minor nitpick. Like I said, the only thing I can think of is at the beginning the security seemed a little unrealistic, but very good. Compelling story, well written, good dialogue, great acting. Very good film. What's up, docs? This is the last. You're just in time for the rap section, Matty Dad. We're just wrapping up the movie reviews. But that's it. 8.7 out of 10 dogs for The King of Comedy. Highly recommend it. It's on YouTube for free. Watch it while it's still on YouTube for free if you've never seen it anyway. Highly recommend. Check it out. The King of Comedy. 8.7 out of 10 dogs.